Welcome to this Tactical Explainer. Today, we're diving straight in, breaking down the film, and analyzing the incredibly high-stakes battlegrounds of Group C and D ahead of the 2026 tournament.
You know the old saying, right? Pressure makes diamonds, or it crushes them completely. In these groups, we aren't just casually watching football, no way. We're witnessing legendary nations facing extreme expectations, complete tactical identity shifts, and literally the suffocating weight of the world stage. It's one thing to have talent, but it's an entirely different beast to execute a game plan when millions of people are demanding perfection. Will these teams shine, or will the structural cracks give way?
Section 1. The 2026 Battlefield. Let's step right into the strategic war zones where these completely contrasting tactical philosophies are going to violently collide. Section 2. Brazil's pragmatic new era. Let's start with absolute football royalty. Brazil. Historically, they're the apex predators of world football, but right now, they're going through a massive identity shift. 24, that is the crucial number here. It's been 24 long years since Brazil last won the World Cup back in 2002. An entire generation of fans has grown up never seeing the Seleção lift the ultimate prize. So for them, anything less than winning it all is seen as an absolute failure. And to finally end this drought, they've brought in the ultimate master tactician, Carlo Ancelotti. The philosophy Ancelotti is injecting into this squad is actually kind of radical. He's publicly stated that the team who concedes less always wins. He is making it crystal clear that to survive the brutal, unpredictable knockout stages, his Brazil is going to be a reactive, counter-attacking team.
So, instead of the historical possession-heavy Samba flair where they try to just outscore opponents with pure vibes, expect a gritty low block. They're going to anchor that defense with elite world-class center backs like Gabriel and Bremer. They'll invite the pressure, soak it all up, and then, boom, explode on the transition. It is a very Real Madrid-esque approach to tournament football.
But, of course, there are vulnerabilities. The tactical key for Ancelotti here is balance. He's managing aging fullbacks like Danilo and Alex Sandro. To protect them, we might actually see a three-man midfield setup, maybe sliding Danilo in there to add some much-needed defensive stability. And offensively, well, it all hinges on one massive question. Can they finally unlock Vinicius Jr. and get him to replicate his Ballon d'Or-level club form on the national stage?
Now, this structural change leads to a really fascinating secret weapon, the Neymar shield. In 2026, Neymar's role might not be as the 90-minute talisman. Instead, he could be an impact sub, acting as a psychological buffer. Think about it. By absorbing all that intense media scrutiny, he takes the heat off the younger, dynamic runners like Rafinha and Endrick, letting them just go out there and play with total freedom.
Moving on to Section 3, Morocco's technical resurgence. Next up in Group C, we have the highly equipped disruptors.
If you thought 2022 was a fluke, honestly, think again. Morocco has completely shredded that underdog label. Operating under a new managerial philosophy, this squad is absolutely dripping with technical ballers. You've got aggressively attacking fullbacks like Achraf Hakimi providing incredible width, the creative brilliance of Brahim Diaz in the middle, and midfield controllers like El Ainaoui and El Khanous pulling the strings. It's just technically superb.
Yet, for all that elite midfield athleticism and their proven knack for frustrating top European sides, there is a glaring issue. The missing piece is a ruthless, reliable goal scorer. They string together these beautiful, flowing sequences, but without a proven striker to actually finish those chances consistently, that is going to be their ultimate hurdle.
All right, Section 4, Scotland's resilient midfield. Stepping onto the battlefield to directly counter Morocco's technical flair, we have Scotland.
Steve Clark's men bring gritty, battle-tested resilience. They are the ultimate nil-nil specialists. Their whole system relies on this incredibly cohesive, hard-working midfield engine. You've got the versatile Scott McTominay driving it, alongside absolutely relentless workers like John McGinn, Ryan Christie, and Billy Gilmore. They might sacrifice beautiful football, but man, they replace it with beautiful, beautiful grit.
And what makes them so genuinely dangerous is that they are fearless. Having recently faced Europe's absolute elite without blinking, their immense defensive structure makes them a massive threat to just grind out highly frustrating draws against the heavyweights.
And hey, we absolutely cannot ignore Haiti in Group C. Talk about a miracle. They qualified without playing a single match on their home soil. They're bringing Premier League-level talent to the world stage, and because of everything they've overcome just to get here, they are playing with pure freedom.
That makes them an incredibly dangerous wildcard.
Finally, Section 5, Group D's pressure cooker. Let's look at the absolute chaos involving host nation the USA alongside gritty opponents like Turkey and Paraguay.
The United States is facing an unprecedented psychological test here. It's a cascading wave of pressure. First, you have the massive host nation expectations. Second, the heavy golden generation label they've been slapped with. And third, the intensely hostile domestic media scrutiny. They're playing at home, sure, but the environment around this team is basically a powder keg.
Tactically, it's a huge contrast. Under Pochettino's physical system, they boast elite offensive firepower. Guys like Pulisic and Balogun who can literally rip teams apart. But on the flip side, severe defensive fragility. We're talking an error-prone backline and a huge over-reliance on physical holding midfielders. If a linchpin like Tyler Adams isn't 100% fit, the whole defensive structure could just completely crumble.
All of this creates the most volatile dynamic in the entire tournament. The USA's trajectory is wildly unpredictable. Best case scenario, they click, surge to the round of 16, and it's a massive success. But their floor, well, it's terrifying. They could finish third as a huge disappointment, or worst case, completely buckle under the pressure and finish dead last in fourth place. Absolute disaster.
So we're looking at a completely fascinating landscape. Pragmatic giants reinventing themselves, technical disruptors out to prove a point, resilient defensive units, and a host nation teetering right on the edge of eternal glory and total disaster. The storylines are locked in. So let me ask you, when the dust settles, who actually survives this ultimate tactical battlefield? Thanks for joining this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.